position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone, it's Durham. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. To the ground with the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season, or the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying to make magic on the scramble. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He's looking to throw on third and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. The offense changing the play. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Working the middle. Breaks into the open. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man, they've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback can go in the other direction.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And they've been able to get within 2 yards. Now will they try to throw it in for the score? Going for 6. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're over looking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
They'll try to run it in. Not only will he not get in, they'll stop him behind the line at the 4.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. The give on the option. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Hines is tight end.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it along the sideline. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in.
And the defense decides to bring the blitz, and no problem for the offense. No panic whatsoever. They understood it. They saw what was coming, still were able to function and not even worry about it or get sped up by the blitz.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Gets it past the marker. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. off the play fake on first down. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, middle of the season. You can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
And the Buckeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's caught! Touchdown, Ohio State!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan, come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen,
he unleashes a long one. Reels it in down the right side. Here he goes. Touchdown, USC. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
There's usually two different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
He'll bring it out. It's Durham. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Caught at the 25. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He'll take a deep shot here. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Right on the money. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Trojans are on the move. He wants to throw it again. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Rush is on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Absolute shank. Missed it. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little.
There he goes. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. These guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Trojans have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. to the 40, and it's first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy that's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say...
Oh, he's got some space. Pass attack. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. Oh, he found a space on the right. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Quick toss. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the point after is good. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. One more snap coming before halftime. The give. Hard running there. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Let's go! Let's go! They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. And here he comes out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
Turning it on. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem tonight.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time, because the big fella, he's always open.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Zings it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And it's picked off right at the goal line. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. They'll try the run. Found some space and crosses the 10 out to the 11. It's a pickup of 6.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Back to pass on second down. He lost one down the sideline. He's got it down the right side. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
35, USC, 14.
Looks like he's going to bring it out.
Returner is brought down at the 14, and your USC Trojans will take over first and 10.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
And the Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. It's complete on the right side. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. He'll try the left side. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Trojans line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Got it, looking for a first. At the 45 on his way. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Rifles it down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Makes the grab. Brings into the open. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's caught. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
They want to throw it. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The inside handoff. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
One final play before the end of the quarter. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Leaves it with the back. At the 20, he's got space. Flying out to the left. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Excellent pass by the back on the option. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
And he's going to bring this one out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but trying to get behind the defense. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Looking for more room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this defense taking one back to the house? They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls out.
They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open, even when he's running out of space on the sideline.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the feet inbounds and secure the catch. What a play and what a day for this young man.
They're dealing with a second and long. He wants to change this route. They just keep firing. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Here comes the heat. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Got some room to run. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are real. There he goes. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. It's first down from the 37-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Shows him the stiff arm. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. it's 2nd and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to slam in. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Never a doubt. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll leave it with him. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same